YouTube, what it do, man? It's Mario, not Luigi, and welcome back to another episode, man. Today I really just want to talk to you guys and just talk to you guys just a little bit about myself and what I do for my career and what I do in life, and hopefully I can help some of you guys if some of you guys want to get onto the same path or the same career field. So, stay with me, check me out, and we're gonna get right into it. So, as you guys may know, my name is Mario, and I'm 29 years old. I'm a professional IT specialist and also a professional wedding and event photographer. So I'm 29. I got into IT back in 2021, like a year ago after COVID. And I got into it because a couple of my friends that I went to college with, they all worked at the State Department, and from there they all obtained a clearance which you could use to, have work for the government and stuff like that. So I was like, cool. They said, all right, bro, like, when you get your degree, apply for this job called Intercon. They start off with like $70K, and I'm like, $70K? Like, what do I need? They're like, pass a drug test, have a college background, college degree, or 6 years police or military experience. I said, that sounds pretty easy to me. I could do that. So I applied for Intercon armed security guard. I signed up, got an interview. I went to a one month kind of boot camp type of thing, or training class. At that point, it was in Lorton, Virginia, so we were able to drive from Maryland, drive all the way back there every day for classes. But I think now they kind of moved it out to West Virginia, which is a little bit further. But yeah, so I did that for a month. I never held a gun before. I never shot a gun. I know, pussy, sorry. But never shot a gun, never held a gun, never really cared to. But I did it for that class and that course, and, I was able to pass successfully at a high mark. And from there, I worked security guard for the State Department for a couple of years. Or, not a couple of years. I worked there for probably like 7 months. And I was able to get my top secret clearance within that time. And, I never had anything on my record, so that process went by very, very swiftly. And, from there, I was just like, cool, being a security guard is cool. And then my friends, who put me onto the job, they were all leaving. I'm like, where are you guys going? Like, what job is out there that you guys are leaving this job, $70K out of college, to go to? They said, bro, we're going to go do IT. I said, IT? I'm like, bro, what do y'all know about IT? Because these guys, my friends are pretty smart, but I just never knew them to know anything about IT. And so I asked them, they're just like, bro, we badge people in every day, and we ask them what they do for their day-to-day, and they're telling us that IT is a move. So, they started looking into different certifications, and Security Plus is one of those certifications that they look into. And they started telling me about it. They're like, yeah, bro, it's kind of like the foundation. It's almost like the bachelor degree of IT. You kind of learn the foundation of vulnerabilities, just the ins and out of just, computer management and security. So I took that course from CompTIA. I studied it for about 6 months, just on and off when I'm at work, just reading. I took my test. I think I failed the first time, but I passed on the second try. And from there, I can honestly say my IT career started off with some good luck. My first 2 IT positions, I had no experience, and I got 2 full-time IT positions. One working Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. through 3 p.m. And my second job was Wednesday through Saturday, 6 p.m. through 6 a.m. So yeah, I would actually go to work. I would go to work at the Pentagon. I'd work there from 7 to 3. I'd leave from 3 o'clock, drive home back where I live in Maryland somewhere, and then I would drive back to the State Department to work my shift, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. And I did that for about 6 months because I realized I was kind of far back behind in the experience game, and I realized to really make a lot of money, you kind of need that years of experience behind you. So my goal was to kind of work 2 IT jobs to try to maximize the amount of experience or the stuff that I'll be able to learn, or, stuff that I can do. So I did that, and the work that I did was pretty cool. Not really going to talk much about the actual work because, I had to have a clearance that, disclosure, can't really talk about certain things, but more so on the side of just managing machines and systems for users, and just making sure everything's up and running, everything's in compliance, showing up to work on time, doing all that good stuff. So, that's kind of how I started my first two IT positions. And after a while, one of them got a little bit too daunting, so I left that position and I kind of just stuck with one for maybe a month or two. So my first two IT position, I could tell you guys, my first IT position, I was making $50K, and the other position, I was making $55K. So together, I was making $105K. And let me tell you guys, man, I was the happiest guy in the world. I was like, bro, I'm making $100,000 a year. And obviously, mind you, without after taxes and all that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I was 25 at the time. So for me, I'm just like, bro, I'm 25 making like 130, no, my bad, 105K a year. And I was just like, bro, like, I'm good. But, that was really cool. So, but back then, I used to do work as far as like this help desk, tier 1 stuff. And then from there, my next position I got into, I got a great connection from someone who, was working on their devices all the time, helping them set up. And they're like, yo, man, like, we really like your personality. We like that, how you're able to like, just, take care of everything. And it's just, just pretty quick for you, and you seem to enjoy it. So I want to recommend you to this other position. And I was just like, cool, sounds good. So, that sounded really good. So I was super excited for that position, man. It was paying, I believe that itself on its own was paying like 75 alone. And I was just like, bro, 75 to just not have to be a security guard anymore, not have to stand on my feet all day, not have to check badges. I could just, do my stuff on the computer and be able to sit down and stuff and be, man, I thought I was living a life. So 70K, and mind you, that's still within a year and a half of me graduating college. So within a year and a half, I was making legitly like 75 from this IT position I just started probably about maybe 6 or 7 months ago. So I was happy. I was really happy. My advice that I'd like to tell people is, like, if you want to get into IT, it's all about who you know, not so much about what you know. Of course, you need to know what you need to know to do the job, but it's all about relationships. It's all about the people that you know that can help you get your foot in the door, because that goes a long way. So I could fast forward just a little bit, because I know I'm probably talking up a little bit of time, and I don't want to like keep everyone here for the longest. But so far I'm like 29, and the most I've ever made from a company was is like 150,000 for the year. And mind you, I still have less than 4 years experience in IT. And what I tell people is all about the networking. It's all about, you need to know what you need to do. You need to know what you need to know in order to make a certain amount of money, and then you need to go find those connections and relationships to get you in those doors. So most of my work has always been system administration. So I just made sure that I put myself in the position with different people, different leadership, and express to them that, hey, I'm here to help out and be a part of a team, not just to be a member, but to be someone that has input, that has a voice that will help to get things done. And I feel like what I try to tell a lot of people, just in general, just like when you think about a career, like, sure, it's good to know a lot of what you need to know about the job. That's great, but you need to know who you need to know to get your foot in those doors, because that's one of the most overlooked things. People think you just need, oh, I got a cert, oh, I got the clearance, oh, I should be able to find the job. It doesn't always work as simple as that, mind you, but you do need those things. But it's also important to like just build a relationship with people that you just see all around the offices, just different people, because you never know when they might know of an opportunity that you might be able to land. And I think that was like kind of my case. Like, I had a couple people that I started working security with. Now all three of us are making like over 150, and we're all less than 5 years experience in IT. And it's all about just us networking, moving around. Hey, they need this person. Hey, send them my resume. Boom. Hey, can I send your resume to this person? Boom. You know what I mean? So that's pretty cool for me. Sorry if I keep like repeating these words. I'm trying to get into this content creating thing because I feel like it's really cool. And I'm still working on just speaking and enunciating my words properly and everything. So bear with me, guys. But I would say, man, I have a good blueprint to help people, especially young people. If you're like 20 and under, or 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, around that age, and you're like, man, I want to be able to make 100K and I want to get into tech, I think I can help a lot of people just based on the routes that I took. I tell them, hey, the first thing you need to think about is getting a security clearance. The first thing you need to be able to make 100K a year, you need to get you a security clearance, and then you need to get you a certification. And third, you need to get you connections to those people that are going to be in those doors that like, I tell people, you got to have a skill that pays a lot. Having a clearance means that, hey, I'm trusting this person to work in this area because there's a lot of money or risk that could happen. So that's how you're going to make a lot of money. Like, if you have a higher clearance, that means you're taking on a lot more risk. That means you should technically make more money because it's more, whatever you're protecting is more valuable. So that makes you as a person more valuable based on the accomplishments and the things that you have. So certs, clearance, and experience. Like I said, for the people who don't have a lot of experience, we're going to talk more about that, because it's all about who you know, what you can bring to the table, and are you someone ready to willingly learn, or are you someone trying to make some quick money, then cut out, then find the next job, make a lot of money? It all depends on what you're trying to do as a person. And I feel like you just need to be intentional. We just need to be intentional about what we want. I knew when I started IT, I was just like, man, like I knew I wanted to make over 100K. I knew I had to, because I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I was in college, I used to ask people for money. I was never always the best financially stable, so I hated the fact that I used to have to ask people for stuff. People tell me no, people get annoyed, and you know what I mean? Like, it's life. Unfortunately, sometimes you're just in a position where things ain't going your way. But now I'm in a position where I'm literally helping people make $100,000 a year just by putting them in the simple step, telling them where they should apply, where they should go to apply, where they should put their resume, what they should include on and off their resume. And yeah, man, I think my goal is just to help people make money, or just put them in a different way of thinking about how to go about stuff. Because I feel like I'm blessed to have the people and friends I do have around me that help guide me and shape me into the man that I am, or trying to be today, which is just a man that respect others and hopefully gets respect, and not hopefully, I get respect back, and just try to help men and women just be the best version of themselves, especially men and women in our community. I like to help people that look like me, but I'm not excluded to that. I like to help any and everyone, any race, any gender, whatever. I like to help all people. So, thank you guys for taking your time out your busy day to listen to me talk today. If you guys want to know how to make 100K in IT, just hit me up, DM me, comment below. Any questions you guys have, I'd be down to answer them. So let me know. And if you guys are interested in photography, event photography, you guys want me to talk more about that side of my business and how I want to eventually I want to own a wedding venue, and I want to bring you guys along that journey of me talking about it now, and then hopefully in a couple of years we all see it manifest, and that'll probably make me feel super special. But I appreciate you guys. Hopefully get this out there, reach a good amount of people, and I'll be able to make another video in a couple of days. So thank you guys. Have a great day. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. One little rev for you guys.